What is up, gamers? It is your boy, Goldman12, back with another Genshin Impact video. Yes, I know it's been a while since my usual content. Sorry about that. But we're going to continue doing the podcast and other things. Remember, I stream every day at Twitch TV/Golddemon. It's there on screen and in the description. And, well, let's get into it. So, then, order of business, right? The best 4-star you got to pick, right? Everyone that is playing this event, that is the proper adventure rank, will be able to get a free 4-star. And, well, who should you pick? I'm just gonna tell you right now, quick. Xingqiu. The answer is Xingqiu. Pick Xingqiu. All right, I am serious. Out of literally any of these characters, I don't care if you like the other characters. Like literally, I don't care if you like any of these characters. Pick Xingqiu. And I'm gonna go into that. So, as you know, Lantern Rite is going on right now. You are able to do the quest, unlock currency, and then select the character that you want to buy for 1,000 of each of the two currencies. There's also an outfit you can get for Ninguang for collecting enough of the same currency, I believe. And yeah, that is how you get her outfit. There's also other various events for other collectible items that you can get via like furnishing. And yeah, there's furnishing. A lot of people definitely care about that. Point is with that is you need to do your teapot, but that's unrelated. Anyways, so why should you pick Xingqiu, you may ask? Well, because he's single-handedly, hands down, like the best character on here, and this is your best opportunity to get him free. This is the second time he's ever been for free, uh, available, right? This time, well, not this time. This time it's slightly different because there's more characters, but the thing is with this, he's only ever been free on Lantern Rite. There hasn't been any other event where he's been free. And so if for whatever reason you don't have him, or if you're a newer player, right, which you could probably not have him, pick him. So, as I said, the reason why you pick him. Well, Xingqiu himself, he has amazing constellations, and the thing with his talents is, this is important because let's say you're going to get C3 or C5, his talents scale really hard. His E skill, it hits super hard, higher level, right? I'm not going to show you mine because it's going to take too long, but I'm telling you, it hits hard. Of course, it has a low cooldown, long cooldown, and so you want to have proper gear to get the most use out of him. But besides that, he also has really amazing Hydra application with his ultimate and damage on his ultimate, right? Making him just the best pick just based off that. He also has a little bit of healing and extra Hydra damage for himself, which, you know what? More damage, right? He also will save you resin. Now, this is huge, especially when first starting out, because you're not going to be like someone like me who's played the game for an extended period of time, has a bunch of extra talent books, or is specifically farming for characters that aren't out yet, right? You're probably going to be wanting to upgrade the characters you currently have, or him, for example, right? This will save you resin, this passive right here. Now, Eula's passive is better mathematically. However, I'm going to assume not everyone has her, and this is a character that's obtainable right now, right? Yeah, amazing passive. And now for his constellations. I'm going to go over these quickly, but I can tell you right now, they're much better than some of those other characters' passives. So this one gives you extra range swords, which means you have extra time for your damage reduction and healing effects from it. Very good. This helps for the his damage and other characters' damage for Hydro damage dealers, Hydro pliers, because it reduces Hydro resistance. Uh, C3 is ult scaling. C4 is extra damage on his E skill after pressing ult, if I remember correctly. That's the order of it, right? Well, anyways, more damage. C5 also more damage for his E skill, and C6 gives him energy recharge, which he desperately needs. This is an amazing constellation for him. The one that if you're C5, you gotta get this. That's what I'm saying. So yeah. Uh, I'm gonna. How do I order this? So I was gonna order this specifically each character. However, this might be a little too long, and I'm trying to go fast for this because I just want you guys to understand that you need to pick Xingqiu. And for the people that don't want to pick Xingqiu for whatever reason, now you can pay more attention to the video. I guess I can just go from left to right in order of characters. I don't really have a priority for this, but I will recommend you who I would pick after Xingqiu before getting into them. Right? So the characters that I would pick after Xingqiu. After Xingqiu, let's say you already have him C6, I would pick Zhang if you don't have specific constellations for her. Besides that, I would pick Beidou are Yunjin all the way. Now, the reason for this is because Yunjin is going to be helpful for a lot of characters and teams to boost normal attack damage. So characters like Yoimiya, possibly Child, right? She's incredibly good on those teams, boosting your damage greatly. Beidou is also incredibly strong, especially when there are 2 or 3 enemies because of her how her ultimate works, right? Makes her incredibly strong. She also has some defensive capabilities, which is very nice, and she is an amazing unit on various teams. She does have some drawbacks, however, especially if there's one enemy. Her ultimate's very meh at that point, but she's still an incredible character, regardless. And the reason why I can't recommend the rest of them is, well, Yanfei is a pyro DPS that, while she does do really good damage, a lot of people have issues with her like stamina and catalyst gameplay, which isn't the reason why I'm not saying not to pick her. I'm saying not to pick her because your other options are so good and they're support characters instead of being a main DPS, which you probably already have. And considering the other characters in this game, I feel like it's more valuable to pick one of those 4 characters. And I guess this is related to the same thing. Let's say, again, you have all these guys in your character collector, right? Then pick Yunjin. She's new. If you don't have her, right, you might as well pick her. If you don't have your other characters at a high enough point, right? Ninguang, I don't recommend her because she has kind of fallen off. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of how she works and her kit works. I find her annoying and clunky. And also, a thing with her constellations kind of suck, like most of them. I'm like dead serious. So C1, literally useless. This has one application with Venti, but it's such a little AoE splash damage, you're not going to notice the C1 at all. C2, very good. Her C2 is amazing, right? Getting a cooldown on Jade Screen. This will allow you to ult basically twice in a row. Not twice in a row, but you could throw out her Jade Screen again for additional damage, and always have it active for when you ult and get your geo damage bonus, right? C3 is ult damage, which is pretty good. C4, this is useless. Literally another useless constellation. It just gives you elemental resistance. Again, in this game on the higher tiers, first off, you need to go through the Jade Screen, right? Or not through it, but you gotta be near it to get the elemental resistance. But not only that, it's 10%. 10% is going to keep you alive in the higher end of, like Abyss and stuff, right? This is a useless constellation. Plus, you're breaking the Jade Screen anyways for your extra damage. This constellation also sucks. C5, this doesn't do much besides 8, like, it gives you a little bit of damage, but that one's eh. C7, or 6, my bad, is actually pretty solid for damage, right? That's about it. And God, I really shouldn't have gone on a tangent about Ninguang, but I don't think she's worth picking up. Chung Yoon, kind of the same thing. And God, I really should have gone left to right, but whatever, I'm on it already. Chung Yoon is a solid character and he works very well with Shinhan. However, I cannot recommend him due to, well, what exactly? He's just kind of mediocre. Well, he does have some benefits in the fact that he applies extra cryo damage, or he gives extra cryo damage and cryo resistance down for your teammates and attack speed, and I believe cooldowns at a constellation, if I'm not mistaken. Is it a constellation? It's C2, yeah, it's C2. He's just not the strongest character. I mean, he's solid, but with your other options being what they are, I can't recommend him at all. Again, a lot of characters, let's say Eula, for example, right, aren't going to benefit from his E-skill at all. This is kind of, sorry, my mouse is messed up. That's why it's hard for me to click on things right now. I don't know what's going on with that. Mouse, you good? All right, there we go. As I was saying, his elemental skill is kind of useless for a lot of teams and can kind of interrupt your elemental reactions. His ult is solid and it can hit decently hard, but again, it's not as good as other characters, especially the ones being offered. And his other stuff just isn't really useful. His constellations are also pretty mediocre. C1 barely does anything. C2 is solid, it gives you some cooldown reduction, but again, that's useless on a lot of characters. C4 is just damage. C5 is energy, but he doesn't really suffer for energy, does he, right? I don't get why. Like, as a 40 cost, he's not suffering for energy at all. I don't understand this. C3, again, it's literally just skill damage, right? It's literally just damage, and that damage is pretty low in the first place. And then C6 is nice, but why? It's like, I don't know, it's a little amount of damage. It's just a little amount. Like, I don't know. It's just, when I think mediocre, I probably think of Chung Yoon. Sorry, Chung Yoon fans, but it's just, eh. It's like, there's no point. Literally no point. Zhang Jinyan. Almost forgot the character's name. Or yeah, but that's it. I almost forgot. Jinyan sucks. All right, if you're a long-time viewer of me, you know I hate Jinyan, just because she sucks. And I'm sorry for saying so much, but sorry, I'm all over the place with this. I'm doing it in the wrong order. But this character sucks. I'm just telling you that right now. She's got horrible percentages, she's got horrible cooldowns, and everything about her sucks. Her passives is counterintuitive to how you really want to use this character, and makes her more annoying than what she could have been. She had a lot of potential to be really good. However, she sucks, and yeah, that's just the truth. For whatever reason, you have a requirement of having to hit multiple enemies to get your full passive active on your shield, which is ridiculous and completely makes it way worse during boss fights. And her percentages are incredibly low. Like this right here, 15% increased physical damage. That's barely anything, right? Her ultimate damage sucks on it. Amber's ultimate does more damage than this. Not even joking. You can look at the numbers. And also, I'm pretty sure Amber's is easier to get. It has lower energy cost. So her E skill, horrible scaling. It's first off split scaling, right? Her shield requires defense, but you do damage with attack, right? And the rest of her kit. So split scaling, horrible cooldowns, bad energy gain. Her shield also low durability in the shield. It sucks. Normal attacks, they also suck. What's good about this character? Well, the fact that you can get extra percentage for physical. Now this, on top of, let's say, like Wolf's Gravestone, giving your team, what, 30% physical, basically? Or I think it's more about 27% if you want to do the math. Don't quote me on that. But Wolf's Gravestone can give upwards of, what, 80 attack if you have it R5, which most players aren't going to have. But this percentage by itself sucks. If let's say Eula, for example, which is what I see a lot of people doing, you get more benefit from running like any other support on Eula than running Xingqiu, unless it's specifically nuking Wolf's Gravestone, which is literally pointless unless you're doing damage per screenshot instead of Abyss 4/7, right? Your kit sucks. And you have this crit hit thing where she gets a bit of attack speed, or it's like whoop-de-doo, you hit slightly faster for a character that has lower damage than other physical damage dealers on their normal attacks. Completely forgetting about the rest of her kit. It's okay, sure, that doesn't help her at all. Oh, C2, guaranteed crit. Ah, yes. Let me build this defensive character that doesn't get extra damage for guaranteed crit. Oh, wait, she has 0 crit rate now, and she has slightly high damage, or slightly average damage on her ultimate. Whoop-de-doo, you just get some nice crit bonus. Like, literally this is only on one hit of her ult. It sucks. Shield strength for a bad shield, awesome. Damage on her ult, who cares? And then gives her spinning damage, right? That's it, when she does her charge attack. And it requires defense. I don't need to make this video another rant on how this character sucks, but do not pick this character. I don't care who you are. You may like her, but she just sucks. Do not pick her. Yeah, that's literally all I can say. Alright, let's go to basically number 2 pick, Zhengling. The reason why I say you might not want to pick her is because she's literally given for free. Abyss 4/3, everyone has her. And again, I know I'm going through all the characters' kits, but hopefully you understand. Pick Xingqiu. Anyways, constellations for Zhengling. Well, first off, her Pyronado is the most important part of her kit. Does big damage. That's about it. Guoba helps for elemental shred, right? And that's about it. She also can give a little bit of attack. But anyways, Guoba. Not Guoba, sorry. This right here will give Guoba's attacks Pyro Res down, which is pretty nice. Helps for damage. C2, that's useless. The final hit of your normal attacks do a little Pyro area after like 2 seconds. That's like a little bit of damage. That one sucks. C3, huge. You get a massive increase of damage of your Pyronado. This one's awesome. C4 and C3 are the ones I would say, yeah, you probably want to pick up this character, because C4 gives her a big increase in how long Pyronado is up, which is a huge DPS increase for her. C5 is just Goba, and C6 is increased pyro damage for all characters in the party, which is actually pretty solid. However, again, I can only recommend picking up these two constellations, C3 and C4. Otherwise, it's like not a big deal. Now you're like, oh, let me get one more to get closer. I guess that's fine, but I don't know. I feel like getting any constellation on Xingqiu is infinitely better than increasing constellation on Zhengling. But yeah, these two characters really good. And then Beidou. Beidou, again, she's got her counter, which is, pretty good defensively and also gives you some extra damage. And then she has her ultimate, which is incredible on damage as long as there are 2 targets. And that's why I need to talk about her C2. So her C1 just gives her a little bit extra shield, which will give you some extra defense, which is pretty nice. And oh, I forgot to mention, her ultimate gives damage reduction, which is also really good. And that's why I said she's a really strong defensive character. Because she just has a lot of defensive properties for her, which is, really good in higher tiers of content. Now, her C2. This is what makes her ult crazy. It allows her ultimate to jump across targets, so to hit 2 targets, additional 2 more times. This is a huge damage spike for her, and probably her biggest damage spike. And so, like, if you like Beidou, and you actually use her in teams, let's say a Eula comp, or a Child Taser comp, you want to pick this constellation up. C3 is counter damage, which is solid. C4 is a little bit of extra damage, electro damage on normal attacks, which, again, that's not very good unless you're main DPS Beidou. And then C5 is also a huge damage increase because it increases her ultimate damage. And then C6 will decrease the electro shred of her, her attacks during Stormbreaker, right? So this is interesting. This constellation might age pretty well coming next update with Ye Miko. I'm not too sure about that. However, this constellation is not the biggest thing, besides, again, if it's in a Eula comp with Beidou, right? You can get extra damage on your Electro supports for that team, which can be solid. But again, the only real constellation I can point out here is C2 that I would say you definitely want to get for Beidou at least. And that about covers everyone. JK, we have Yunjin. All right, I got to wrap this up because it's reaching a little long here. But Yunjin, she's really strong. You just stack defense on her and give her some ER. She can, get some solid damage on her E skill. Countering, it's the same thing as Beidou's, just a, counter. And then her ultimate, which is the main draw of this unit. Based on the percentage of your defense, you get extra damage on normal attacks for other characters, which is incredibly strong. And also you get more for other team members, but this isn't like the biggest thing because of how hard she scales on defense. And her constellations, she gets cooldown, which is nice for ER. She gets extra normal attack damage, right, which is huge. This is extra scaling on her ultimate, which is awesome. She has her C4, which is increased defense if you do crystallize, which is really good for other or split elemental teams like she wants to be on. So this means extra damage on your normals. Wow, another damage constellation, crazy. C5 is for E skill damage, and then C6 is increased normal attack speed, which is also really strong in characters like Mia, for example. There you go. That's all the characters. Now then, the reason why I needed to emphasize all that for those characters is because this lovely person, u/DXLI, made this amazing Reddit post that I saw with an infographic on what picked the characters. So if you didn't want to listen to me ramble, and thank you for, being at the last 5 minutes of the video, 3 minutes. I want to wrap this up in a minute, but you know what I mean. Thank you for watching the video this far. And if you enjoyed, the Genshin content, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Besides that, he has this amazing infographic that I will link in the description of who do you pick? And you're going to realize that this dude, this lovely dude, also has the same recommendations as I do. What do you know? So, he says at the beginning, if you like one of them, pick them. Very simple. Are you a character collector? Pick who you don't have. Awesome. Completely agreeable. Have Xingqiu? No, pick Xingqiu. See how easy that is? It's so simple. Just pick that character. Do you want to run Kaya Permafreeze and lack Chung Yoon? Pick Chung Yoon. This is the only way you pick Chung Yoon, basically, right? Yeah. Got Beidou? No. Pick Beidou. Very simple. See? Process of elimination right there. Solid characters. Got a normal attack DP. Yes, got a normal attack DPS and lack Yunjin. Pick Yunjin. See? That's what I said. Yoimiya. He gave the same example. Pick Yunjin. Alright, let's go back over here because we gotta start with Xingqiu. Kidding. We have to go back to Beidou. You pick Beidou, right? Oh. Sorry, I looked at this like once and I was like, yeah, this is sick. Let me actually finish making the videos like I promised, but I wasn't paying too much attention besides the fact that it said pick Xingqiu. But yeah, do you play Xiangling often? No. Do you have a good weapon, Catalyst? No. Do you want to run a specific comp with Xinyan and Lacquer? Yes. If you can't tell already, most of these paths make you pick Xingqiu. And there's only one saying literally your last option is pick Xinyan. If you don't think she sucks, then I don't know what to tell you. So, where was we? Do you play Xingling often? Yes. Is Xingling C3? Yes. Pick Xingling. See? C4 Xingling. Is Xingling C3? No. Can you buy her a Stargler from the shop? Reach C3? Yes. Pick Xingling. There you go. That's a bold move picking Starglitter. However, if you already have one copy of most of the Blackcliff weapons, I feel like you're perfectly fine. If it were me, I would pick up almost all of them besides the Catalyst, because I, at least, like me personally, can make use of them. The Catalyst is not so good of a pickup. Say no. Do you have a good weapon? Yes. Do you play Ninguang? She's at C1 or C5? Yes, pick Ninguang. Those two constellations I point out. If you say no to that, then do you play Yanfei? Is she at C0, C3? Pick Yanfei. Oh, sorry about going over Yanfei's constellations, but I didn't go over those because she's literally just like stamina character. It's gonna give you a shield at C4. You will get stamina reduction at C1, and then this is extra crit rate. That's it. Oh, and you get extra damage with her C6 at the Scarlet Seals. But yeah, nothing huge for that character. Sorry about that. So yeah, you pick Yanfei. If you say no, do you have a crappy on-field DPS and want a better one? Yes. Does running out of stamina bother you? Pick Yanfei. If yes, pick Ninguang. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how that goes. If you say no to Xinyan. Do you play Beidou often? No. Is Xingqiu at C6? Pick Xingqiu. If you say yes, is Beidou C1, C4, or C3 while running on-field DPS? Pick Beidou. If you say no, do you need Electro Shred Beidou at C5? Yes, pick Beidou. No, Xingqiu. Very, very simple, guys. Why am I going into this? I don't know. I can. And last but not least, down here, is Xingqiu at C6? Yes. Is there an option you extensively who isn't C6? Pick that one. I don't know. Random? Okay. Do you like what you clicked on? No, try again. Yes, pick that one. Very simple, guys. The point of this video, now way up the... Oh my god, I cannot talk. While I may not like Xingqiu, he's by far the best option out of any of these characters. He enables so much for other teams and is a huge damage increase. Yeah, that's all I can say. Is this video different than what I wanted it to be originally? Yes. Why is that? No idea. See you later, guys.